Greetings. I'm Stacey Andon, a master life coach, intuitive channel, all the things. And if you're joining me today, I can't wait to kick off summer, the solstice being just a few days ago, with a few oracle cards. And if you are new to using cards or getting readings, to me, at the heart of using a card is the gift of accessing your own wisdom. So the cards are just a channel, just like me. They aren't going to tell you what to do. They're going to offer you ideas that probably going to spark something within you. It's going to feel either like a click. Oh, yes, I recognize this. This feels true. Or maybe it's going to be like, not sure about that. So, again, however you choose to interpret the information that comes forward, trust your own self. Practice that trusting over and above any and all things. What I say, what the cards say, using your own internal system of wisdom, like, how is this meant for me? What is this about? How can I pull something that feels relevant, practical, and even enchanting from, what Stacey has shared today? So today I'm using a deck I've never used on a video before. It's called Dragon Wisdom. And Christine Arana Fader, if I'm saying that correctly, is the author, and the illustrator is Anja Kostka. And it's just it called to me, Dex called to me for a variety of reasons. But last year I started getting this smoke through my nostrils. And a lot of times that happened when I was doing mediumship work. However, I didn't feel like somebody trying to come through. It felt like different energy. And over the series of a couple weeks and a little bit longer, I realized there was a dragon energy coming through for me and for my clients and people around me that I was doing readings for. And so I've just been drawn to dragons in the last, like I said, 6, 8 months. I think they have beautiful energy right now on this planet because they have a mystical element to them. They have a lot of fire and force and power. And again, as we are in a space of spiritual evolution and change on this planet, fire, some of the things need to be burned down, metaphorically speaking, so that we can create something new. So anytime I'm using a deck, I keep it really, really simple. Again, I might clear the deck with a couple little knocks if you've seen that before and just say, what does spirit, what wants to come through today in this reading? And as we kick off summer, I'm really focused on simplifying, stripping away things that don't need to be in my day, in my head, and making my intention really focus around how can I have more fun? How can this be easier? And again, not making it complicated to have more fun and make it easy. That in and of itself might be a practice. All right, I just asked the cards which one wants to come forward with a message. And if you watch my last oracle reading, I did a spread, just very simple, past, present, future. Today, let's just talk about what's coming in energetically right now in the summer that we get to play with. So, ooh, what a beautiful card. I love this dragon. This dragon looks like it has hearts all over it. No surprise, if you know me at all, I find hearts everywhere. So, of course, I draw the dragon with the hearts, and the card says self-worth. So again, it's an interesting thing when we start to think about having fun, making our lives easier. So often we are tangled up in what other people are thinking. So we don't say yes to something or we don't say no because we feel like we can't. We feel like, ooh, people aren't going to understand, or it's going to be uncomfortable to say no, or somehow my own worth as a human being on this planet is tied up into what I do, what I say, what I choose. And I don't feel completely empowered and free to make my choices. So if you resonate with any of that, there's a really great question to ask yourself. It's like, how can I bring that worth of who I am. And again, not based on anything you do out in the world, but really truly just being here. That is worth at its wholeness. There is no having to prove, having it getting taken away from us. So if you could do whatever you wanted this summer, what would you do? And how would you feed your own sense of worthiness, regardless of way the world and your world react or respond to your choices? I know I might be asking you to step out a little bit beyond the edge of your comfort zone because, again, dealing with other people and their reactions, especially if you've been somebody who is kind of like me, sunk back and went along to get along and didn't want to make a lot of waves. That is not me so much anymore. I'm really practicing making waves, not just for the sake of it, but when it's really true for me, being willing to be in that space where, hey, somebody else might be judging me and that's okay. Hey, that happens. And not spending a lot of time in that space because there's nothing I can do about it, as we all know. Is it Eleanor Roosevelt that said, "What other people think of us is none of our business," or whoever said that beautiful quote? It's a very helpful thing to remember when you're starting to reclaim your self-worth. All right, let's pull another card just for fun. We'll do 2 today. Ooh, this is a beautiful this looks like a, well, there's this beautiful unicorn, right? And I don't know, she seems to be up against this fierce dragon, and and the card says loss. So it's interesting how these two cards go together because as we reclaim parts of ourselves that are really true to who we are, we do feel a lot of loss as we go through those types of transitions and transformations. We do mourn and grieve the part of us that wish we could be more like somebody else's version of what they thought, or maybe how we thought we were or how we wanted to be. So there are times when the kind of older version or the past version of ourselves, it is a loss, and honoring that with compassion. You don't have to just skip forward, but really saying, hey, I really was trying to make this work, or I'm not that person anymore. And it's okay to feel that as you move. It doesn't mean you don't want to continue on your journey. It means be tender and compassionate and loving to all the ways that you're working and walking through this planet. So those two, again, I wouldn't necessarily immediately go, ooh, but that's what's coming through for me. So tell me what's coming through for you. I would love to hear. But losing some things over the summer, judgment, pressure, expectations, that absolutely can fill your worth and help you bring that back in when you let go and allow the loss to be something that's a powerful agent of change for you. All right. Let me know what you think. If you're curious about all these things, pop over to my Facebook group, Everyday Enchantment. Always pulling cards for people in the group and sharing insights and wisdom and just talking about things and having a conversation. A conversation. So join us over there if you would like your own reading or you would love some coaching around whatever you're going through this summer. I would love for you to check out my website and join me in a session. All right, lovelies, have an incredible rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon.